There have been reports around the office that you have been talking baby talk.
Why would people say that?
Well, I have it on good authority that you said the following. You read that back to me?
Andy have a boo-boo tummy.
Mm-hmm.
He calls turtles shell beavers.
Well, that's what they should be called.
They're green. Yeah. Beavers are brown.
Definitely, we've had this argument. We've agreed to now talk about it.
But you...
It's Hard-Headed Sports with Spinney and Fetty Bus. Famous for their podcasts, you can now catch them right here on the Al Travis Show.
We've got him, Fetty Bus, with us today. Fetty, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well, Al. How you doing?
Good. Fine. I'm just... It's interesting, like you and I haven't chatted since the Black Friday, Bloody Thursday, I think we're going to call it, for the Minnesota Twins letting go 40% of the roster. Give me your initial thoughts when you saw just about everybody head out the door, including Carlos Correa.
I definitely was not ready for it. Maybe like half of the guys that got traded, I thought would have got traded. I was just shocked, honestly. Like all the ESPN notifications I was getting every day about all the deadline trades, like every single one basically involved the Twins. And I was just like, is this even real? Like I had to go double check like everything that happened. I don't know. It was insane to watch. Like
there's something more to it. I mean, it's got to be the sale. There's something more to it than just we have a bad season, so we're going to get a bunch of young rookies in here. We're starting fresh. Because some teams you have to do that. But I would take Duran and Jax, right? We had two decent closers. If you're rebuilding and you have two commodities that work, why would you trade them both?
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
Shocked. I was a little shocked that we traded both of those guys for sure, because you're always needing bullpen guys. So even if you don't think you're going to make the playoffs this year, that doesn't mean you should just literally ship out your entire bullpen, which is what we did. We literally traded 4 bullpen guys. We also traded Louis Varland, who's been having a great season and was under team control until 2030. So that one really baffled me, is when you have a guy who's from Minnesota, by the way. Louis Varland's from Minnesota. And you have him for 5 more years, and he's young and going to be in his prime for those 5 years. Why would you ever trade that type of player yet?
I don't have any idea.
That one.
I want to know who stands up and says, I made the mistake with Carlos Correa. We overpaid him, obviously. We never got what we paid for when it comes to that.
Correct.
But now to get rid of him, we also eat $30 million. And when I say this, I'm a Bader lover. I love Bader. I love the way he hustled, like this game. We were getting $4.75 million for him. With just the $30 million we're throwing away now, you can get, 6 of them. 6 Baders for that. And this team just wastes that money. And we worry about money. Who gets fired for the Correa deal?
Well, no one really, I guess, because it all comes down to the owners on that one.
Yeah.
But a third of, basically he's owed about $90 million, so basically a third of his remaining contract we had to pay. And the most frustrating thing about that one is we literally just got like a random dude in return, just to make the transaction work. It was purely a salary dump, which I never expected in a Carlos Correa trade. So when I didn't see any prospects in return, I was not very happy, to be honest.
Well, and that's what's interesting. Now ESPN has out the chance for the Minnesota Twins to make it the playoffs. 1.3%. No way, no how do we get anywhere. They said their remaining objective is to learn everyone's name. If you are Byron Buxton, who is on the 10-day disabled list, so you're not even going to play, and the clubhouse shows up, and all of a sudden 9 guys you've never heard of or seen before walk through the door, what do? You're the team leader. You don't know one of these humans.
It was weird that very first game after the deadline, I had to start looking up dudes' names too, because I was like, I've never heard of half of these guys on the lineup today. Like now, just looking at our roster too, just like looking through our bullpen and whatnot. Like there's a lot of names I've never heard before.
Now, maybe we're the greatest judge of talent of all time. Is this something the Twins are just saying? Obviously, the season's done. We're going to walk through the last 40-some games. We don't care about that. Do any of the players you see now, I mean, other than the ones we kept, have any potential to do anything for us? Do we look at 2026 saying this is going to be our year, folks? You can't believe how good we're going to be.
Yeah, there's honestly no chance. As sad as it is to say, like, our roster is very, very bad. Like, we're not going to be a competitive team next year, I don't think, at all. Unless we get, some surprise jumps from some young talent, which happens, right? Or, like, just say everything goes right with Royce Lewis and he actually stays healthy. Like, there's some ways we could be, like, sneaky good, but I just really don't see that happening at all.
You've got to think if all of these players were AAA and below, they were there in August. There's a reason for it, right? They aren't good enough to play in the majors yet.
Correct, yeah.
So what do we think? 2 more months, they'll be right there? We're crazy if we think that.
We're literally a minor league baseball team now, essentially. We have a handful of major leaguers for sure. But the rest of the guys, like you said, they honestly aren't even good enough to be on an MLB roster. It's just crazy.
So what is a franchise supposed to, what are the people of Minnesota supposed to do? They wanted a new stadium. We built them a beautiful stadium. Should have put a dome on it, but okay, it's a beautiful stadium. We built that for them. They're not even putting a major league team on the field. You've already bought your season tickets. Is that just something you eat? The last 40 games, enjoy watching AAA. You could have went to St. Paul and saw this for half the price.
Yeah, that's got to be really frustrating, especially for the season ticket holders. I saw the letter that they sent out the next day, and they were, trying to justify that this is how we win. Like, they were saying, we make these moves because this is the path that we need to take to win. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, and again, maybe season ticket holders are just, drank enough of the juice that they'll say, oh, that makes sense. Let's get our season tickets early. Season ticket prices are going to have to plummet. And then if you're a TV guy, right? The Minnesota's had to be on Major League Baseball's television, right? They've been kind of carrying that thing. Can you imagine how few people are going to watch between now and the end of the year?
Exactly. No one. Literally none. Like, that's what also is confusing about in terms of the owners wanting to sell, the pull-outs wanting to sell. They still are going forward with that. Like, they still want to sell. Like, you just made the value of your franchise way worse. I don't see how this helps them sell the team for the money that they want. Like, it just went down because what owner is going to want to come in and completely restart your franchise, basically?
See, but what's interesting about it, they bought it for $44 million in 84.
Oh yeah, they're making a lot of money either way. So
they're complaining they're $400 million in the hole. The Twins business as a whole, they've run it, for whatever it's been 40 years. They're $400 million in the hole. You sell it for $1.5 billion, you're up $1 billion. I'm not feeling sorry for you. And the idea that you're going to nickel and dime this if you and trade everybody out, it really is interesting. But now let me ask you this. You go to the ball game because you can get darn cheap seats. There are going to be people standing outside that stadium hawking their seats for anything they can get. You go in. Which of the new players, and I've got a list of them, which of the new players are you looking to get their jerseys? Mickey Gasper?
Yeah.
No, you don't want Gasper?
The jersey sales is probably going to be at an all-time low. That's
I want Alan Roden's. I want a rookie Alan Roden jersey. People don't know these people. This is crazy.
Yeah, like
little Austin Martin. You want a little Austin Martin jersey? Who? What?
Yeah, Austin Martin, leadoff batter. Matt Wallner, second batter. Like what? Like
Mickey Gasper. Come on. I'm looking at this and then pitching. Oh my gosh! I tell you what. I think teams are going to ask to reschedule games. Trade to get to Minnesota. You tell me with this lineup we have now, especially with our best pitcher out. Who doesn't want to come here and juice their average? Who doesn't want to come here and get a good win quick? We're better than Chicago right now to play. I'd rather play us than Chicago. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not honestly wrong. The White Sox, as of late, have been a little frisky, honestly.
Yeah.
And, that's obviously a franchise that's basically a minor league team as well. So, yeah, it's kind of depressing that we're seemingly on that same type of level.
Seemingly on. I just named 4 guys you've never heard of, and they're going to be playing for us. And as far as pitching goes, they can't even tell you who's going to be on the mound. This is crazy.
It's very depressing, honestly. I was obviously expecting moves, but to trade 10 dudes at one deadline, that's just
Yeah.
insane work by the front office. I don't understand why they did that.
All right, so I'm looking here. This Matthews, our Matthews guy's going up against Paddock tonight in Detroit. You want to go against Paddock tonight? You're some AAA kid coming up here. Paddock's got a chip on his shoulders. 1 week ago, he was just traded out of Dodge. He's going to come throwing heat. He is going to be the Paddock we wish he was when he was here.
Oh, absolutely. You already know that Paddock's going 7 shutout innings tonight, only allowing like 3-4 hits.
Completely agree. What do you see out of them then? Detroit will take the series. Kansas City will take the series. New York, then it's Detroit again, the A's. We don't probably have a chance of winning a series until August 22nd when Chicago. And even that, like you say, they're playing really well, and we've got a AAA club. Do you see us winning another series anytime soon? We haven't won a series since the All-Star break.
Yeah, our schedule is actually pretty hard this month. 2 more with the Tigers, obviously. Royals, Yankees, Tigers again. Blue Jays, Padres at the end of the month. Yeah, we have Athletics and the White Sox. That's it. Those are the only 2 series that we have a chance to win, and we're going to lose one of those 2 for sure.
Yeah, this could go down as one of the worst months of August ever in the history of Minnesota franchise. Tell you what, we got to go to break. We'll be back. It's so hard to talk about them. Twins lose yesterday 6-3 to the Tigers. Paddock tonight. That's enough for them. We'll talk some football stuff right after this. We've got them. Fetty Bus on the Al Travis Show.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in red-blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
Everybody knows you have to have a guy in the auto repair business. If you want a car, you need to know Paul. Paul owns Jay's Auto Shop. I don't know. Ask him. Jay's Auto Shop's locally and veteran-owned. Paul's your guy in the car business. He'll fix just what needs fixing, make sure it's done right, and at a fair price. You want to know your car's being taken care of, take it to Paul at Jay's Auto Shop. 202 North Main Street, Blue Earth. 507-525-1052. 507-525-1052.
As in alligator. L also in alligator. but it's not alligator. It's the Al Travis Show.
We've got him, Fetty Bus from Hardheaded Sports. Bus, let's just throw this out real quick. Congratulations to Jared Allen making the Hall of Fame. I love that. I thought his little induction thing was fun. He did the lasso thing, then split his pants.
Yeah.
It was fun. I appreciate him.
Pants, of course.
Yeah. The practice, you're coach up there for the Bethany Vikings. There are times, I believe, when you're at practice, before the season starts, you're doing drills and that sort of thing that don't necessarily mean I care if the kid makes a basket. What I'm talking about is the Minnesota Vikings' unbelievable coverage in the preseason of crap. ESPN has literally place kicker Will Reichert made all 6 field goal attempts on Monday night and is now 19 for 24 during training camp. Are we just writing things to write things?
Pretty much, honestly.
When I go out there with my kid, we practice a little golf, right? I mean, I always say practice with intent, but sometimes if just getting your hand through the ball, let's swing a little harder this time, let's see what happens. They all don't go straight. It's okay. Sometimes can't you think the place kicker is sometimes just practicing to get a little more leg into it, a little foot into it, whatever. They're not all going to go in. They're keeping stats on preseason practice kicks. Kind of stupid, isn't it?
Yeah, the kicks is kind of insane. They most commonly do it with the quarterback, obviously. They're like, he's thrown 10 touchdowns in training camp this year. Like, I was like, what does that even mean? Like, who cares? Yeah. Like,
no, I completely agree. And they're doing that, he's not as sharp on his short little, handoff passes, little things like stop. This is all running at half speed and that sort of thing. There was a couple of pushing and shoving matches in Minnesota camp this week, which I thought was interesting, only that the coach does not have time for that. He stopped practice out and said, no, Kevin O'Connell does not mess around in training camp. We're on a team where we're not pushing and shoving. So I like that. The other question I had for you, what do you do on Saturday's game? It's Saturday, I believe, for the Minnesota Vikings. Are you putting JJ in the game? They've scheduled him to play.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting him at least a couple drives worth of reps,
Really?
Like he's never he didn't plly any preseason games at all last year, right? So
that's except the one he
taste of NFL action.
Didn't he hurt his ankle on the first preseason game? Isn't that what he did?
Oh,
it was the first preseason game, and he was in there. Yeah. And my only point being is, especially in the first one, right? Because there's all a bunch of second and third stringers that are trying to figure out where their place is and that sort of thing. Wouldn't you leave him out of that? Maybe you want to put him in that last preseason game for a quarter, and because you got your more, the lineups redder. I'm not sure I put him in. He blew an Achilles before I ever saw him last year. I'm sorry, I wouldn't.
Yeah, that's a decent point. He for sure needs to play in one of the games, right? Like he needs to get some sort of game action.
Yep.
So I get that. So maybe their thought process is he just plays this week. He does well. All right, we're shutting him down for the rest of the preseason because we really don't have another option, right? Like he has to be a starter this year, and we're going to need him to play well. So
completely agree. Now, do you have the NFL Network, NFL Plus, or what is it, Prime Video? Do you have any of those? You personally?
I believe NFL Network was included in my YouTube TV package, but I was not happy that ESPN bought them, honestly.
This is crazy to me. I'm not buying the NFL Network just to watch a preseason Texans game. I'm terribly upset. They're saying that those 2 games across the pond, 8:30 in the morning, and they're going to be on the NFL Network. You think I can bit my butt up at 5 to start ribs and not be able to watch my game? Something's got to change. Do you know if that'll be played on local TV? I better be able to see those games. That's going to tick me off. I'm telling you, I'll go over the top.
I just know, though, that since ESPN purchased NFL Network, it's just going to be terrible now. Like, they're going to start because they have the classic, commercial-free football, right? Like, you can just sit there and get highlights from all the games all day without commercials. And now there's going to be commercials like every 5 minutes with ESPN for sure.
Absolutely. Well, that is even the bad part. They're going to force me to buy a network I don't want to watch 2 football games across the pond that should be, by the way, at my prime time. Let those guys let the English get up at 8 in the morning and go watch a ball game.
That's starting to be a problem with all sports, not just football. It's just you have to have 7 different services just to be able to watch every game. It's starting to get insane, honestly.
Yeah, you used to always get it on your Fox station. I mean, I'm old, but every game was on unless it wasn't sold out. And then General Mills, I think it was, bought all the tickets out and made sure it was on TV. Those were the good old days. Bus, I got to fly. We're overtime. Appreciate you, my friend.
Appreciate you, Al.
He's Fetty Bus from Hardheaded Sports. Get him wherever you get your podcasts.